Welcome back to Fuck Salad. Jordan, say what's good. Stuffing his face with
What's up,
poutine.
Everybody? You got it.
We don't eat salad on the show. We eat a bunch of shit
Okay, right.
that isn't necessarily better for you than normal like poutine or normal pizza, but it tastes the exact damn same.
Do you give it ratings?
We don't. We do not rate the food. Well, we talk about how good it is, but
Okay.
this poutine is actually,
Try it out,
honestly, man, I rate this vegan poutine. We can rate this one.
My issue is that I've never had vegan poutine before, so I can't compare it to anything.
But it tastes just like normal poutine, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
And that's a good indicator of a strong poutine.
I'll let you give your professional opinion.
No, this is you can't make this stuff up. We're at Milano's in Ottawa.
Yeah.
This is one of the best vegan poutines I've ever had.
You heard it here first.
Milano's in Ottawa has a bunch of vegan stuff on the menu. Did you know this?
I didn't. I did not. And I drive by Milano's all the time.
See what we got up. Oh man, looks okay. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna try and devour this thing and continue on when we come back after this short commercial break.
But the first time that we reached out to each other was because of your video in Leeds.
Yeah.
And it's something I show to everybody. Like
I know that.
I know you know that I've shown it to like so many of my friends
that's so crazy.
regularly, and they always know him as the guy that did the What Is Leeds video.
Well, thank you for sharing that around. That's why it has so many views.
Yeah.
No, it actually doesn't have that many. But no, it's a cool relationship because I think that's when I obviously checked out your work and I was like, oh, okay, this guy's mad talented as well.
Thank you.
Gassing us both up.
Thank you.
But I think it was that initial message or two where you said like you'd studied in the UK and spent a lot of time there visiting and seeing friends, that we had that same like connection to England.
I went to school there for 6 months and I loved it. And it makes me want to go back more and more every single time I go. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's a burning love for England and the whole country. I spent a lot of the time getting better at photography. You can kind of see I don't delete anything in my feed. You can see my progression from when I got there to when I left was pretty big. And it's when I really started trying to network with other creators as much as I possibly could.
Yeah, and that sounds like exactly my same experience.
Yeah.
I'm never been down to Brighton. So maybe one day I'll get back
Sometime
there.
you gotta go.
Sometime
I'll go with you, man, if you want.
Dude, you're gonna have to be the one that takes me, honestly.
I'll go.
We haven't really seen each other that much.
No, we
like,
haven't.
in life.
My friends actually met you before I did. Like the ones that I showed your UK video to,
Yeah.
they met you in LA before I met you in LA.
Yeah, and that was even a crazy connection because I think I met or at least followed our mutual friend Emily because you reposted her video.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So you've always had this kind of relationship on social media, I guess, like sharing other people's work.
I do. I just feel like I'd rather everybody succeed, including my friends, than just me. And if somebody has really cool content, like I feel like everybody should see it, not just me or whoever follows them.
We did have a couple days down in Los Angeles together.
We did. Unexpected.
Yeah, another unexpected.
Unexpected thing, but it was dope to see you when we were there.
Yeah, and I'm glad I could make time to kind of overlap with you guys.
Yeah, it was really fun. Even though we didn't expect to see you, it was like, oh, we're gonna meet up with Vince. That's awesome. Like all of us knew you, and we're like excited to hang out with you. So
yeah, that was a great time, man. Was that your first time in LA?
First time in LA. First time in California. It was interesting. It was such a fun time.
Yeah. What was your kind of overall thoughts on the creative scene down there? One of the things that I encourage to anyone thinking, hey, I might go down to LA and try and meet creatives. Like, what do you have to say? I'm like, be there for longer than 3 weeks. Is what I would say to someone.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not easy for everyone.
Totally.
So
yeah.
I'm curious to know what your experience was in that 10 days, because I feel like you did make the most of it.
It was we were pretty like efficient with our time. We did a lot of stuff. One thing that I will say to play off your go there for longer than 3 weeks is that it probably was that first LA trip was probably just a time where I laid the groundwork for my connections, and I feel like my following LA trips, so I will go back, are going to be we call it building. My friend group is, they're going to be better for the build, for relationship growing, for creating content, for all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I feel like this was just like the bottom layer and like establishing my presence.
Yeah,
in
and
LA.
yeah, that's true actually, because yeah, I didn't even think of it. You were actually very fortunate to do it with people who had been down there before, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they rented the car and took you around. Like, you had a great team. Shout out to everyone you were with.
Yeah. Shout out to Emily, Saeem, and Vineeth.
Great kids.
It was a great amount of time with a good amount of people. And yeah, one thing that was really good about hanging out with them is that they had already laid that groundwork and knew all of these people already in LA. So I didn't have to reach out to people that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did, but I didn't have to. And I met these great people without actually having to do anything myself.
So what was that relationship of you reaching out to people in like a city so saturated with creatives? Was that experience kind of, what's the word, demotivating or anything like that?
I don't know. I did reach out to quite a few people, and I got a good amount of responses from some pretty decently big people, but I didn't end up actually shooting with any of them. LA, I guess.
Yeah.
But part of it was my fault because we were busy every single day. We had something to do. We were going somewhere. Part of it was these people being busy, or probably getting the same messages that I send them all the time because it's LA. And what didn't bother me about that was that I met people anyways. I actually got to meet some pretty cool people, and I didn't even really try. It kind of just happened, which I'm grateful for. So while that distracted me from kind of reaching out again to the people that I was talking to before, I mean, I met cool people, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And now you're back in Ottawa.
Now I'm back in Ottawa.
Don't mean to say it sound.
Now I'm back in Ottawa.
Don't mean to make it sound so negative, because I am also in Ottawa.
You are also in Ottawa.
And I had a little taste of Ottawa the past 24 hours. There's definitely things happening. I'm seeing the street corners where I could snipe a few portraits.
Yep.
But are you most inspired in Ottawa?
I'm not really shooting. I'm not motivated to shoot. I kind of hibernate for the entire winter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mostly only get stuff when I travel. Even in the summer, like I'll shoot some portraits outside, but my style is street photography. And
yeah, you've been practicing and evolving your style, and you definitely have like hit it.
yeah.
So you're not gonna just go out and shoot something that's not creatively fueling you.
That's totally true. I feel like I'm somebody who has spent way too much time putting effort into their feed. And while that's kind of confining me a little bit in terms of like what I can do, I love it, and I'm putting it out because I like it. And if anybody else rocks with it, that's great. But it's what I enjoy shooting, and Ottawa just isn't that motivating in terms of like new things that I can do. I like getting perspectives that people haven't seen before, and I just feel like Ottawa isn't big enough or within my realm of things to capture.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find ways to, because there are people who do it really well, and it just means I have to work a little harder.
Great perspective on that.
Thank you.
But you're in Ottawa for work, and I'm kind of fascinated by your work. We don't need to dive too deep into it, but are you allowed to talk about what you do?
Yeah, so I am one of the marketing coordinators at the Senator Sports and Entertainment Group. So the Ottawa Senators, as everyone formerly knows them.
Let's go.
They own 3 practice facilities and recreational facilities in Ottawa, so I do all the marketing for that. And then I also work a little bit with the full marketing team on the Sens too, to like build the brand in the city, in the East and West Ends, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, that's like a kind of a dream job for me in any capacity, working for the Senators, or maybe it's more of like a childhood dream.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'd love to play for the Senators one day, but obviously my hockey career, I can already picture the comments. Or man, I'd work in a booth with my older cousin, like serving alcohol, like just to be a part of like a sports team that I've actually literally grown up with since I was 3.
Yeah.
Insert photo.
Yeah.
Big photo of me when I was 3.
Right here.
Look at that. Do you have any young photos of you in Sens gear?
Yeah, I'll put it here too.
Throw it in.
I'm gonna throw it right here.
Oh, OG Sens boys. I love it. And just like, I think even growing up, cheering for the Sens coming from Southern Ontario
Yeah.
was such a unique way to grow up because so much banter. And
Did you get ragged on for that?
of course, but then we had such good years when I was in.
True.
Like, how could you not? I was too young when the 2003 playoffs and all that kind of stuff happened. We don't need to talk about that. But like everything else, like I'd go to school in like grade 6 and Sens are beating the Leafs like 8-0 on a Saturday night.
And how good did you feel?
I'm just like, let's go. Everyone's wearing their Leafs
Yeah.
jerseys all week, and oh man. So yeah, looking at you working for the Sens, I'm like, man, that makes me like so happy. And
it's pretty cool because I grew up the same way. Obviously not with the adversity of cheering for another city's team in my own city, but like I had always been a fan of the Ottawa Senators, and growing up idolizing these guys to now working alongside the people that help put these events on is very cool, and I'm liking it a lot so far.
And the reason I bring up hockey, for those wondering why would I bring up hockey on this kind of podcast, was, well, because I used to make like hockey videos a lot.
Did you actually?
Oh yeah, just that motivation, like put something online. It was always hockey or Ottawa related.
Is this something you talk about regularly, or is this like something that not very many people know?
It'd be tough to say. I haven't mentioned it actually in this whole episode, but I have that one short film, I don't know if you've seen it on my YouTube, called We Are Millionaires.
Yeah.
We Are Millionaires is a 24-minute movie about my life growing up making movies, and it talks about me making hockey videos in there.
Okay.
It's not a watch for everyone, but I've mentioned it. It is public information, if you will.
Okay.
Have you made videos for YouTube? Like back in those kind of skate video days?
Yeah, I mean, like those were the first initial videos that I did, and there was no production value to them, but it definitely spurred my love for creating stuff in general, because I started in video before I did any photography.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I definitely did, like, we would just do random tricks on the street and just cut it together. And
when did you transition into photography then?
3.5 years ago. I just bought an A7 II, which for anybody that doesn't know is just a camera that can do both photo and video decently well. And I just said to myself, if my camera can do both, I might as well do both.
Yeah.
Maximize the value of it, and now I enjoy doing photo more than I do video. I'm now putting out stuff because I want to do it and not because I think I should do it. And I think that's helped me get to a better place in terms of like my peace of mind is a lot better. There's still times where I don't post a photo that I really love because it just doesn't go, and that kind of sucks, but I don't ever not post something now because I don't think it's gonna do well. I don't care about that. I think the people that are following me are gonna follow me if they like my stuff, and if they don't like it, then don't follow me.
Well, you've definitely passed the Instagram photographer test of 2015, because I think we both failed that back then.
We
like,
did, yeah.
So
I was so guilty.
Oh yeah, man. Like everything, just like, oh, no one's gonna like this. And
one thing that was really cool that I talked about with a friend of mine named Jacob a little while ago, and he summarized it pretty well. We were talking about the same thing, is that he said, I think people forget they can do things because they like to or for fun. And that's kind of what it is for me. I like doing it just because I like doing it, and my only goal with the whole thing is I just want it to be a place where I can put things, and the more people that look at it, the better, but I'm not concerned about that number anymore.
When the Sens are making their cup run in 2023,
yeah,
are you trying to pull some strings within the organization to get on the glass and take some photos, or does sports photography just not interest you?
It very much so interests me.
Okay.
And I am working on trying to do that kind of stuff. So maybe come 2023, when everything pops off in Ottawa,
yes,
you'll see me, and maybe I'll try and get you in there too.
Oh, we'll be there together, baby.
Yeah, we'll be there together.
Sens 2023.
Let's get it.
Let's go.